What's up, K Squad? Thank you guys for watching. And you read the title, you know we're about to get into this foundation declutter. Some things just had to go. So tune in. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will catch you on the next one. First foundation that's going to be decluttered is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I had mine in the shade 445, which I did find 445 to be a better match than the original foundation. I have the original foundation, which this can probably go to, even though I love this foundation and I'm like pretty much almost done with it, but I had it from like when it first came out, so I don't think this is even no longer good. A lot of the stuff I'm going to get rid of, I may still love, but I'm not trying to put anything on my face that's expired, and I need to just let things go. So that's what this declutter is about, because I feel like I'm constantly doing the declutter, but then it just gets right back because I'm keeping things that I really shouldn't be keeping. So Fenty Beauty, they did release minis of their Pro Filter Matte Foundation, which as a dry skin girl, I was surprised to see that I prefer the matte foundation, which mine was in the shade 420. So the original foundation I wore 420, and then in the summertime I went with 445 for the hydrating foundation. I wasn't a fan of hydrating foundation at all. I do have videos on my channel featuring both of these foundations, so if you're interested in like application or how they wear, if I have videos related to any of the foundations that I mentioned in this video, I'll definitely have them linked down below. But yeah, these two are gonna go. This is a newer foundation into my collection. This is the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint, and it wasn't a bad foundation. I actually need to use it more. Mine was in the shade 410, so I'm gonna hang on to that for now. You guys just seen this earlier this week. This is my LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. Absolutely love it. Of course, I'm keeping this. This foundation was a part of my Best in Beauty, and I wear the shade DG7. So yeah, of course, I'm gonna keep that. This is a Sephora Best Skin Ever. I actually ended up, I have two of these. There's another one in here somewhere. Oh yeah. So I wear, you can see, I never opened this one because it was too dark for me. So this one is the one that I wear. This is in the shade 55N. Never opened this one. I actually should have returned it a long time ago. It's a decent foundation. I'll keep that into my collection for now because it was new to my foundation collection last year. But this darker one, I'm going to probably either give it to a friend, or yeah, I'll probably end up giving it to a friend. Next up, another product featured in my Best of Beauty for 2021, the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. Love this. This was part of my Best of Beauty 2021, and of course I'm gonna hang on to that. One of my favorite foundations from 2020 was the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation. Still love this foundation. Mine is in the shade Chestnut. I'm hanging on to that for sure. And I've tried to use this thing numerous times because everybody raves about it and loves it. It just didn't work out good for me. I think it's just a little bit too matte for my dry skin. But I have the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and this is in the shade D2, New Caledonia. I even tried to mix it with my tried and true favorite, which is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This says it's good for 24 months, so being that it is my favorite, I'm going to hang on to this, the Luminous one, and try to get a couple more wears out of that. And for the Nars one, being that it is a more expensive foundation, I'm going to see if my homegirl wants this one. I might end up giving this to her as well because she does prefer more lightweight foundation, so I may go ahead and pass this on to her. I tried this. This had no coverage for me. I actually applied it in one of my drugstore videos. Took it right off. So if you want to see this, I'll have that link down below. But this is the NYX Bear With Me Luminous Tinted Skin Serum. And mine is in the shade Universal Medium Deep. Not a favorite of mine. Had absolutely no coverage. It was like, I don't even think it was a tinted serum. Like the tint was like nowhere to be seen. So this says, of course it says sheer coverage, so you know, you get what you pay for. I'm going to go ahead and pass that on to my homegirl because that's a fairly new foundation. One that can go for me, this is the Range Beauty True Intentions Hydrating Foundation, and it is hydrating. You know I love me a good hydrating foundation. The only thing with these, I actually purchased a full-size bottle of this one, and this is in the shade Heat Wave, and then I also had purchased a sample kit that they had just to see if I had the right shade, and none of those shades hit for me, so that's the only reason why I'm getting rid of this. This is the black owned brand, and they actually rebranded and they are sold in Target now, so I may have to check it out there and see if they have different shades that may match me, because this one just wasn't it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. This foundation here is the Anastasia what do you call this thing? Luminous Foundation. And I used to love this foundation, guys, but I can only wear it when I have my summer color, and even then it's not really a good match. Actually, I used this recently in a video when I did the Primrose palette. I was doing like a lot of Anastasia Beverly Hills products, and somebody had commented like, next time try this shade, whatever the shade was that she mentioned. And I already, from when I bought it, I knew it just wasn't my shade, and I have a problem with returning things, so that's how I ended up with the wrong color. I did like it while I had it, but I am gonna go ahead and declutter this one. How about I haven't even tried this yet? I bought this in one of my Ulta hauls. This is the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluron and aloe vera. I never even put this on my face, so I'm definitely going to hang on to that and try it out. Another newer foundation in my collection was the Mcgrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I picked mine up in the shade Medium D25. And I had worn this a few times since I got it last year. And it's a nice foundation. I wasn't like too enthused like the way everybody was making it seem like this is like the best foundation, but I like it. It costs a lot of money. I got it on a deal, of course, but I am going to hold on to that for a little bit. The fact that this is even so deep in there lets you know the struggle that I've been having with my foundation drawer. But this I actually recently picked up, I think in my last haul that I did for you guys. You saw I picked up the Tower 28 SPF Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. So I did pick this out. Actually, I had it on in that video too, in that whole video. So if you want to see it in action, but even though it looks a little deeper in the actual tube, if you can see there, you can see the applicator. That is the color of it, and it blends into my skin really nicely. I mean, it is a sunscreen, and you can tell it's a sunscreen because it does kind of leave that wet look going on into your skin, but I just set it with a powder, and it does pretty good. It's a nice, lightweight kind of base product to put on when you don't want to do too much, but you want to do a little something, something. So I'm going to hang on to that. I've been enjoying that. Another product that I haven't even put onto my face yet, I did receive this in a BoxyCharm, but this is the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. I actually want to try that, so I'm going to hang on to that. One of my favorite drugstore foundations, this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I have mine in the shade 515, which was a really good match. I actually have a video on my channel featuring this as well, but I think this is like well over expired. It says it expired. Get out of here. You know, it expired September of 2020, so yeah, that's gonna go. I actually just opened up my backup last year. This is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. This was one of my holy grail foundations. Like from when I first started makeup, I absolutely love this one. I have the shade 510 Suede in the Lancome foundation. One of my holy grails, definitely hanging on to that. Another foundation you've seen featured in my Best of Beauty for last year. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish. Absolutely love this. Like, this is the best stick foundation ever created. So I'm definitely hanging on to that. Born This Way, I cannot rock with Born This Way. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way Oil-Free Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. Now, as opposed to the matte one, as a dry skin girl, you would think I would gravitate to the kind of hydrating, you know, hydrating version of a foundation, but I actually prefer the matte. So that's why I'm keeping that one, and I'm going to get rid of the Born This Way. There might be another one in this drawer somewhere. I wonder if this is expired because it says it's good for 12 months. I'm not going to pass this on to my homegirl because I may have had it for more than 12 months at this point. So I only want to give her newer products. It's only right. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Another product I'm going to get rid of is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Foundation. This I like this foundation. This is pretty fresh. Let me double check. Yeah, this is the one I like from Colourpop. The first one, it was alright. But this one I actually preferred and liked. I believe this was part of my Best of Beauty of 2020, and I used a lot of it. But at this point, it's probably expired. The packaging doesn't even give me an expiration date. That alone just scares me. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. I have a box here. I'm sure the foundation is in here somewhere, but we're going to get rid of the box. The box of the Fenty Beauty. I don't need that box anymore. Oh, was this blinding you guys? I'm so sorry, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead, let's move these up. Now you can actually tell that I have trays in here that's actually supposed to like organize the stuff, but you know, you couldn't even see that before. What's this? Oh, I never tried this out. So this I got from BoxyCharm. This is the Natasha Denona Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation. This is in the shade 92W Deep. I was actually surprised that BoxyCharm sent me a base product that could possibly match me. So I've never used this. Looks a little, looks a little warm for my complexion, and I've never tried this one. I don't hear anybody on YouTube actually speak about this foundation. I'm gonna pass this on to my friend. She gets a brand new foundation. Alright, let's keep it moving. I know this is old. This is the Maybelline Superstay. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation. This was another one of my drugstore favorites. Between this and the L'Oreal, like, I didn't need, oh no, I see a couple more in there. Wait, I'm speaking too soon. Another one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore. You can see I've used quite a bit of it, and this one is probably expired as well. Funny enough, I don't see an expiration date on here, but I just know I've had this for way too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. Another one I probably had before that, but this is another one of my favorites, more of my summer color, and you can just tell by the usage. Like, with the usage being down here, you know it's one of my favorites because I actually use it. So this is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage. Another one of those matte foundations that just work for my dry skin. I had the shade Mocha. This was like the perfect summer color for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it because I know I've had this for like at least, what, 2 years at this point, if not more. So yeah, going to go ahead and get rid of that one. I may have gotten this, was it 2020 or 2021? I'm trying to think. It may have been 2020 because I think this was featured in my best of 2020. And this actually has an expiration date of February of 2021. This was a really good foundation as well. You see, I definitely did get some usage of it. So I'm not mad at it. You know, with a collection like mine, you don't always get to finish out stuff like foundations. But I am happy to be cleaning this out just so that I can see what I can use. So another one that I know is just like super old. This is the Kat Von D Lock It Foundation. This was another one that was just a little bit too dark for me, but the shade range on this wasn't that great, but I used to love it anyway, as you can see from the usage there. And this one's in the shade Deep 74, but that's gonna go ahead and be decluttered because that is like stupid old. I mean, I remember wearing that foundation when I worked at the makeup shop. So that was about 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, that can go. I think this is the original Colourpop foundation I was telling you guys about that I really don't like. This is the Colourpop No Filter foundation, and mine was in the shade Deep 185. And that was the packaging of that one. I don't really like this one, but the other Colourpop foundation was pretty good. The Pretty Fresh was really good, but both of them are expired, so they're gonna go. Another expired foundation. This was another good drugstore foundation. The CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. Do they even have this line anymore? Like, I know they just constantly, that's one thing about drugstore products. It's like they come out with the same products, but like in a reformulated way, and they just do like a little bit of a tweaking. This one was in the shade D60, and I really enjoyed this one as well, but I know it's expired, so that has got to go. I think the e.l.f. Camo Cc Cream came out last year. This was a really good one. This had the SPF of 30. The only thing about this, like, I like the way it wears, but this is another one where the shade just isn't quite right. There's just something about this. I don't know if it's too golden of an undertone for my skin, but there's something. This is something that I would use to actually mix in with another foundation, so I am going to hang on to this. And mine is in the shade Deep 540N. So yeah, I'm going to hang on to that. This one I know is stupid old. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. This has an expiration of 12 months, and I know I've probably had it for like 2 years at this point. I do have a full video on this one as well. I really enjoyed this one. This may have been Best of Beauty 2020 as well, or 2019, one of them. But really enjoyed this foundation. Mine was in the shade 71NN, and this was another one where the shade matches in the range were just like a little bit off, but it worked out once you know. Once you put your whole face together, it does work out, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it because it is expired. One foundation that I have never even opened as of yet. I am going to try this because I know I purchased this sometime at ULTA last year. So this is the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. I actually have a matching concealer to this as well. So one day I'll actually put them on my face and test them out. I'm going to hang on to that. This is another one of them foundations they probably don't even make anymore, but this is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. And ew, you just see the liquid and stuff like moving around in there. It's disgusting. But mine was in the shade 348 Cafe Au Lait. And this shade wasn't enough. This was a shade that was just a little bit too light for me, so I really didn't give it that much love, even though I did try it numerous times. But it gotta go. It's expired. Oh, I used to love this. This is the NYX Born of Glow. Mine was in the shade Mahogany. I used to love this thing. Like Born of Glow, it gives you like that beautiful radiant finish. Is so good. but I'm pretty sure this is expired because it says it expires in 12 months. So this one is like a oldie but a goodie. If they still have this line from NYX, you can definitely check that out if you're looking for a nice radiant foundation. This is really good and affordable at the drugstore, but that has got to go. And I'm actually decluttering more foundations than I'm keeping, guys. I'm getting like a little bit excited over here. This one, when did I pick this up from Elf? Well, first of all, the expiration on here says 6 months, so I know this has got to go, even if I bought it last year. This is the Elf Flawless Finish Foundation, and this is one that I just really wasn't that impressed with. I wanted to try it because it's Elf. I love Elf products, so I definitely did want to try it. I did try it. I got that, you know, I scratched that itch. Wasn't my fave, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. It's expired. And FYI, my Camo Cc Cream is actually imprinted up here that expires August of 22. So I definitely have some time to get some wear out of that. So I do prefer the Elf Camo Cc Cream over their original foundation. Now, when we talk about old, I know this is hella old. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. It actually is the last MAC foundation standing in my collection, and this was my favorite of the MAC foundations that I've tried. Studio Fix actually breaks me out. The Match Master I used to wear like an everyday foundation, but when this came out, this was my jam. So this is the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. I had mine in the shade NC50, and this was so bomb. Foundation that doesn't budge. Like, it's waterproof, it's long lasting, absolutely love it. It's not drying to the face or anything like that, and I'm just sad to see this go. But this is another foundation that actually says it expires in 6 months, and when I tell you I had this about maybe six months, like 36 months is what I'm trying to say. Like, I had this for a long time. So bye MAC, I miss you. I'm gonna miss looking at you, I guess, because it ain't like I'm using you. These are samples, the Hourglass Vanish. I have the stick and I have the liquid. These are samples that I had tried. Both of these are in the shade Golden Almond, and I actually prefer the stick version foundation more than the liquid, but I'm pretty sure both of these are expired, so these are gonna go ahead and go. Another oldie but goodie, the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. Mine was in the shade G100, and this just, when I say this is like the best foundation match I have ever had in my life. Like, the way I used to love this foundation, it was nobody's business. The concealer, I can't say the same because I hated that concealer, but the foundation was so good. Sephora no longer carries Cover FX, but if I'm not mistaken, I think ULTA does. I wonder if they still have the Power Play, because when I tell you this is like the best matching foundation I've ever had in my life. I used to love this thing with a passion, and yeah, of course it is expired, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Another one of my best of beauty from 2020. This was the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. Mine is in the shade 450N. Even though it's in the box, you can tell it's used and loved. Oh my god. I just read it and it says the shelf life on this is actually only 9 months, guys. And I know I had this since 2020. I am so sad right now. Like, that one just hurt. I definitely should have gave this more love because I absolutely love it. It's like a soft matte. I absolutely love the applicator. Got that big fat doe foot because, you know me, I'm lazy, and if I don't have to do that extra step of like pouring stuff out on my hand, I used to love this, and I'm so mad that it expired within 9 months of purchasing. That's good to know. I never even knew that, guys. So I'm sad to see it go, but it has to. Like I said, I'm not trying to put anything on my face that's expired, so we're just gonna start nice and fresh, and maybe this will help me actually use up the foundations that I should be wearing. It just looks disgusting though, guys. Like, this thing is beat up. I really did like the Juvia's Place foundation sticks. This is another foundation stick that I actually enjoyed wearing. It says it's good for 24 months. It doesn't really smell like anything, so I can't say if it's good or bad, but just from the way it looks, and Juvia's Place is so inexpensive that I feel like once they have another sale, if I decide to pick it up, just let me say that my shade is Niabia. You know, if I do decide to get it again, I will, but that's gonna be Declutter. This I've never even tried. Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. Doesn't even look like it's my shade. Like, it's too light for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I have a whole bunch of samples. Oh, this used to be my bag though. This is the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream with an SPF of 35. So I definitely did open this sample. I actually went through a full-size bottle of this back in the days, and I really do like it, but I know it's probably expired, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I never tried this. I wanted to do a video of the IT Cosmetics CC Cream compared to the e.l.f. Cosmetics CC Cream, but I've never used this, and it says it's in the shade Rich. What's that Rich? That ain't no Rich. Get out of here. Okay, that's gonna go. Oh, this is my favorite. This is the Born This Way Matte in Chai. What's my shade? My shade is Chestnut. Oh, I always kept this sample because I said I was gonna do a side by side. I think I'm gonna do a video showing these shades side by side, just, you know, just for testing purposes. Oh, I haven't tried this yet, and I know I got this last year. It was just stuck down there, so I couldn't even see it. But this is the Dior Forever 24-hour wear high perfecting skin caring foundation with sunscreen. Like, the longest name in the world for a foundation. But I know Dior just recently reformulated their foundations yet again, so I'm never gonna try this one. I'm interested in the new foundations though, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this, being that this is not even a formula that is available anymore. I have another sample here. This is the Clinique Even Better Clinical Foundation. I think my last foundation clutter, I actually decluttered 2 full-size bottles of this because I just couldn't get the right shade, and being that I got a sample of Mahogany, I was thinking I was going to try this and see if this is a better shade for me, but looking at it, it may be a little bit too deep. I just could not get the right shade in this foundation for the life of me, so I'm going to go ahead and send that to my friend as well. And then last but not least, my tried and true fave is my Fenty Beauty the Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. You guys know and seen it many times on my channel, and it was featured in my Best of Beauty 2021, which I keep mentioning. So if you haven't seen that one already, I will now link it up in the cards above for you guys to check it out. Alright you guys, so here is the big reveal. We now have a total of 16 foundations in here, which that includes my Fenty powder foundation. I do have other powder foundations in the drawer where I keep my powders, but I just really recently put that in here just so that I can have, you know, quicker access to it when I'm getting ready. But 15 liquid foundations, like, I think that might be the least amount of foundations I've had in forever. I'm very happy and I feel accomplished with this declutter. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see the foundations that we decluttered. But definitely more than 15 foundations that we decluttered here. These are just old. I have some boxes in here. I'm sad about my Rare Beauty. I'm really, really sad about this Rare Beauty. But other than that, this stuff just had to go. Feeling very accomplished in this declutter. This declutter is long overdue, and I'm very satisfied with my results. So if you enjoyed declutters, thumbs up this video. And we will be moving to my concealer drawer in the next declutter that I do, and I just need to make my way through here, organize this room. You can see kind of my desk is kind of chipped and stuff, so I did buy some paper to actually redo my desk and stuff like that. So I'll be taking you guys throughout that process in 2022. We're gonna get this together, even though I want to move, guys, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That helps me out greatly and lets other people know that they should be watching this video as well. If you haven't joined the K Squad, I invite you to check out some of the videos I have on screen. Binge watch me on this playlist that we have here on the screen for you guys. And I would love for you to join the fam. And until next time, I hope to catch each and every one of you on the next video. Until next time, y'all, stay blessed. Later, y'all.